We have dedicated this video to introduce the village of Anjdan. Anjudan village is located in the central part of Arak County in Central Province, Iran. The village is situated in a mountainous region surrounded by Cheshme Mountain and Sharbaf Mountain, and there are numerous small and large caves in its vicinity. Anjudan is one of the ancient villages of Arak and was the centre for cultural and promotional revival and the residence of Ismaili imams after the fall of Quwwat al-Maut. During the Ismaili period, this area became a safe haven for the residents of Ismaili imams who were not affiliated with the central government. In fact, due to the authorship of the first Ismaili epistles in Anjudan, it became the birthplace of writers and literati in the 9th century AH. During the Safavid period in Iran, the religious policy was based on the authority of the spiritual guide, Marja, and his disciples, and religious leadership outside of the Safavid king was not accepted. Therefore, the Nizari Ismailis, due to their recognition of the true identity of the Nizari imams and their open activities, came under pressure and harassment. In 1573, Amir Khan Muzalu, the ruler of Hamadan, attacked Kashan and Anjudan by the order of Shah Tahmasp, carrying out a massacre of the Ismailis and arresting Murad Mirza, their leader. The suppression of the Ismailis occurred during the reign of Shah Tahmasp. The Noctavians of Anjudan were also oppressed. It is likely that there was cooperation between these two factions, and a group of Noctavians lived in Anjudan or its surrounding areas. During the reign of Shah Abbas, 1590 to 1629, the Nizari Ismailis of Anjudan once again resorted to taqiyya, religious dissimulation, and established positive relations between the Nizari imams of Anjudan and Shah Abbas. Khalilullah, the 39th Nizari imam, married one of Shah Abbas's sisters and was exempted from paying taxes under the orders of the Nizari imams of Anjudan. During the imamate of Shah Nizar, the 40th Nizari imam, the headquarters of the imams was transferred to the village of Kahak Malat, located 35 kilometers from Anjudan. During the Ashraf-Afghan period, Anjudan became the site of clashes between Ashraf's troops and the Ottomans. After the defeat of the Ottoman troops, Anjudan was destroyed by the order of Ashraf, and the Nurabad castle, which served as the residence of the imams during their stay in Anjudan, was levelled to the ground. Many of its inhabitants were killed or taken captive. In subsequent periods, Anjudan lost its past significance and, as it is said, during the Qajar era it was only of interest as a suitable hunting ground. In the past, the village of Anjdan was actually called Anjudan. The reason for naming this village Anjudan is also interesting. In this village, the resin of the Anjudan plant is produced and exported to other countries, which is why it is called Anjudan. In fact, this plant, from which the substance angrod or angore is obtained, grows abundantly around this village, and the name of the village is derived from this plant. The village of Anjudan has a long history, part of which can be witnessed through the 7,000-year-old petroglyphs that are still preserved in the village's mountains. Within these mountains, there are also unique caves, such as Kiukesh and Asili caves. In the past, numerous castles and caravanserai were built in this village. most of which have now disappeared. After the 9th century AH, this village became the birthplace of many writers and literati, including Shah Tahar Dekouda, Mirza Aturab Bek Farhadi, and Mullah Dej Anjdani. The village of Anjdan does not have a large population, but despite this small population, there are many Hosseini, religious gathering places, and mosques throughout the village. According to historical writings, they are estimated to be in the number of 17 or 18, indicating the religious and cultural significance of Anjudan in the past. These include Shah Shesameh Mosque, also known as Shah Khalilullah Mosque, and the Congregational Mosque, which was repaired by Shah Khalilullah and is believed to date back to the early centuries of Islam. Several of these mosques, such as the Congregational Mosque with its antiquity dating back to the early centuries of Islam, are counted as historical monuments of this village. Another historical heritage of the village of Anjudan is its beautiful shrines, which are valuable remnants of the Safavid era. In the foothills of Mount Anjudan, the Shah Kalanda shrine has also remained from the Ikhanate period, when it served as the headquarters of the Ismaili sect. This octagonal shrine features lattice windows. During their stay in Anjudan, the Ismaili imams created structures and buildings, most of which have now been ruined, including the Nurabad Castle, Amir Khan Castle, Vizier Castle, and Shah Abbasi Caravanserai. In Anjudan, there are 3 mausoleums: the Shah Kalanda Shrine, Shah Garib Shrine, and Shekil Doktaran Shrine, that serve as the resting place for some of the imams of the Nizari Ismaili sect and their families. The history of this village dates back over 1,000 years, and according to historical books, it suffered significant damage after the Mongol invasion of Iran. To protect themselves from the Mongol attacks, the people lived underground for a period by digging tunnels. This underground city, which dates to around 1300 years ago, has not been fully discovered and preserved. Anjudan has an ancient bathhouse from the Qajar period called Najaf Ali, which has been fully restored and turned into a museum. Visitors can observe the water supply structures, as well as historical and cultural objects that are associated with the lifestyle and culture of the people. Alongside all these historical attractions, the natural beauty and orchards are the strong points of Anjudan. Anjudan is essentially a village with narrow alleyways, and undoubtedly, by strolling through the village's alleys, especially during the spring season, one can truly experience the essence of spring in the village. In one of the cemeteries of this village, a tombstone was found belonging to the grandson of Salman the Persian, and it has been taken to the Four Seasons Bath Museum in Arak for display. The inscription Anjudan Isfahan is visible on this tombstone, and since Arak has a history of 200 years, and in the past the village was under the supervision of Isfahan, and there is no other village in the vicinity named Anjudan, it is highly probable that Salman the Persian was born in this village and was among its residents. We hope you enjoyed this video and hope for a day when we can host you in Iran, this most beautiful homeland. Enjoy your weekend.